Timeline of the Beatles Hamburg era. The Beatles, although originally from Liverpool, truly refined their artistry in Hamburg. Although venues like the Cavern Club played a significant role in their initial growth, the band faced challenges in securing regular performances in Liverpool. Hamburg, however, offered a vital opportunity for them to refine their performance abilities through a series of nightly residencies. This video will delve into how their time in Hamburg, performing at clubs like the Star and the Indra, expanded their horizons and introduced them to the exhilarating and turbulent elements of the rock and roll lifestyle. August 17th, 1960. The Beatles arrive in Hamburg, Germany, beginning their first residency at the Indra Club. This marks the start of their significant period of musical development. The Beatles arrived in Hamburg on the evening of August 17th, 1960, to commence a 48-night residency at the Indra, a modest venue. At the time, both Liverpool and Hamburg had been ravaged by World War II bombing raids, with Hamburg suffering more bombings in a single weekend than London endured throughout the Blitz. The post-war city, characterized by vice and criminality, provided an ideal escape for the young Liverpudlians. Their opportunity in Hamburg was thanks to Alan Williams, a Liverpudlian promoter who had previously achieved success with another band in Germany. Although he initially considered sending Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, featuring Ringo Starr, to Hamburg, he ultimately offered the chance to the Silver Beatles instead. August 18th, September 1960. The Beatles perform nightly at the Indra Club, enduring long hours and grueling performance schedules. They live in a makeshift dormitory in the Bambi Kino, adjacent to the club. The offer was immediately appealing, presenting a rare opportunity for the band. Upon arrival, they faced the stark reality of their accommodations, a backstage area at the Bambi Kino, adjacent to the restrooms. Paul McCartney later described the space as an old storeroom, with concrete walls, lacking heat and comfort, with only Union Jack flags and minimal bedding. The Indra paid the Beatles 30 Deutschmarks per night for 7-hour performances extending into the early morning. McCartney later referred to their Hamburg experience as 800 hours in the rehearsal room, reflecting the intense workload that drove them to use amphetamines to sustain their energy. The pills, commonly available from local waiters, allowed them to perform tirelessly, though the band members had varied levels of dependency. Their extensive sets demanded continuous creation of new material, instilling a strong work ethic that would endure throughout their career. The Beatles regularly wrote and refined songs, enhancing their performance skills through the process. Lennon recalled that every song was stretched with numerous solos, which contributed to their growth as musicians. The German audience's enthusiasm for loud music further fueled their development. October 4th, 1960. Following a series of conflicts with local authorities and venue owners, the Beatles are moved to the larger Kaiser Keller Club, where they continue their rigorous performance schedule. On October 4th, the Beatles embarked on a 56-night engagement at the Kaiser Keller, which extended until November 30th. Throughout this period, they performed in rotation with Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, another Liverpudlian band, featuring Ringo Starr on drums. The Kaiser Keller, situated at 36 Grosse Freiheit, at the intersection with Schmuckstrasse, catered to a diverse clientele, including individuals from the criminal underworld, sailors, and sex workers. The venue's security was overseen by Doorman Horst Fascher. This period also marks the introduction of Ringo Starr to the group. The arrival of Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, who were highly regarded, created pressure for the Beatles to elevate their performance. The competition was instrumental in their development, as it led to their eventual discovery of Ringo Starr, who replaced Pete Best as their drummer. 21st November 1960. George Harrison was deported from Hamburg, Germany, on November 21st, 1960. This occurred during the Beatles' first residency in Hamburg, while they were playing at the Indra Club. Harrison was deported due to his age. He was just 17 at the time and did not have the required work permit to perform in Germany. He returned to Hamburg a few months later to rejoin the band after they had secured the necessary paperwork. December 1960. The Beatles' time at the Top 10 Club continues, solidifying their reputation in Hamburg. They become well known for their intense performances and growing musical prowess. March 1961. After a brief return to Liverpool, the Beatles returned to Hamburg, this time for a 92-night residency at the Top 10 Club, facilitated by Stuart Sutcliffe and Astrid Kirchherr. April 1961. The Beatles continue their residency at the Top 10 Club. Their reputation grows, and they gain significant experience and exposure. This period sees further refinement of their musical style and stage presence. June 1st, 1961. Stuart Sutcliffe, the band's original bassist, leaves the Beatles to pursue his art career. July 1st, 1961. The Beatles sign a contract with Bert Kaempfert's record label, resulting in their first recorded material in Hamburg, June 1962. The Beatles secure a recording contract with EMI, marking the beginning of their rise to international fame. Their time in Hamburg is reflected in their growing confidence and musical prowess. Ringo Starr officially joined the Beatles on August 18, 1962. This date marks the beginning of his time as the band's drummer, replacing Pete Best. Ringo's arrival helped solidify the lineup that would go on to achieve worldwide fame. The Beatles returned to Hamburg by plane to play from December 18th to December 31st, 1962. By the time they began their second stint at the Star Club, the Beatles were performing with Ringo Starr, having parted ways with Pete Best. Their rising prominence soon attracted attention from London, marking the beginning of their meteoric rise. Hamburg's legacy in shaping the Beatles remains honored, with a small club in the city's former red light district, proudly displaying a sign, Indra, where the Beatles played first. 31st December 1962. The Beatles play their final night at the Star Club in Hamburg. This marks the end of their Hamburg residencies, as they prepare for their imminent rise to international fame. Hamburg played a pivotal role in shaping the Beatles' sound and stage presence, laying the groundwork for their future success.